Well, life has been lifing, and here I am, with hat in hand, tail between legs. I don't know where I left off in the last episode, however long ago that was. Um, my plan was to just ride off into the sunset and not do any more podcast episodes. Geez, my memory's so terrible. When but I felt like I wasn't contributing to the discussion about mental health anymore. And I didn't want to waste people's time. So I went away, right? I did the things. I started reducing Jamolki's presence on the internet, and even like stopped paying for hosting the website and the website and the podcast. And I kind of wanted to reclaim Jamolki for me, for my girls, right? Not for my girls, but because of the girls, right? Like I wanted to just use it in terms of my family and my girls. And I realize that's never going to happen. But anyway, so after I stopped paying, whatever it was, like $8 a month or $10 a month for the podcast hosting, like the next day I got an email from a guy. And I'm going to look up your name right now because I don't remember things. From Paul. And Paul said, "Hey, hope you're doing okay. I can't find the podcast." And it just shows how little I understood how the internet works with podcasts. Like, I just thought they'd always be there. But clearly they weren't. So because of Paul, I jumped back in, like $5 a month, and they'll just host it, and I can do like a more limited number or length of episodes, minutes per month or something for this. Yeah, so there's that. I may be looking into hosting this somewhere else. If I get back into this, I don't know how it's gonna go. But yeah, so I'm back because life is lifing, and I feel like I can add my voice back to the conversation. For better or for worse. Lucky you, maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm gonna get you caught up with what's going on. Maybe talk out some ideas on where I see the show going in the foreseeable future. But yeah. It turns out it's Wednesday, August 30th, 2023. And as of this recording, I am still depressed, but I'm still not dead. So yeah, I was off medication. I wasn't taking anything but trazodone for sleep. And I was trying to figure out how to feel things. And I was doing all right. And then life came barging in and said, "Hey, you, JP, here's some crap." And things started getting a little rough, and Nora requested really, that I get in touch with a therapist and start going to therapy, not necessarily because I was having a hard time at that moment. And this was 2 months ago, maybe, I don't know, something. But just, because who would know, like what the near future, midterm future was going to bring. And wouldn't it be nice to already have that, that connection, that other support? And so Nora is fantastically smart about many things. And so I'm like, okay, I'll do that. So I did that. And so I signed up with, I don't know, I now have a new therapist, Tara, who is, a bit more, I don't know what I want to say, gregarious, but that's not the word, right? She's kind of loud, kind of expressive, kind of in my real life, I would consider her to be a lot, and more than I would want to deal with. But we're trying. And one of her little profile things was like, hey, I'm not going to withhold opinions and ideas. I'm gonna call you out on things, if it's warranted. And I was like, yeah, I want that because as I've talked about, I think on here, like a lot of my life has been, hey, JP said X, so X is the way to go, right? Like JP has a thought about himself. Well, that must be, he's a smart guy. He must have it together. That must be it, right? There's never been a lot of pushback. And the times that there have been pushback, it's been, either not well received or not well given. And so it was not productive in any way. So I figured, yeah, let's give this a whirl. Why not? Let's see. Let's Costanza this, right? Go the opposite. For you young folks, that's a Seinfeld reference from the 90s. Yes, I'm old. So yeah, I did that. Got set up with her, and then life came around and said again, "Hey, JP, take this." And it did not handle that one very well. And yeah, it was really, really rough. And yeah, so I like I had wanted to feel things. Well, hey, I was feeling things, and none of those feelings were good. And it was unmanageable. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. I felt nauseous. Felt nauseated. I can't remember which one is which. Felt like I was going to throw up all the time. I lost like 10, 12 pounds in 3 weeks. And it was like crying randomly during the day, and it was just a disaster. And I started having those thoughts of like, if I wasn't here. So true to my promise to Nora, as soon as I had those thoughts, I called my prescriber and said, hey, look, I need help. I would like to go back on the medication. And she was like, yep, cool, let's do it. I did that. There was a trip to Michigan planned for me to go up and do a few things. My girl, my 19-year-old was starting second year of college, so I had to bring some stuff up. And then, see mom, see my brother, see Dave, see my 2 oldest girls. It was just a lot to do. And I didn't feel safe driving up and being in a hotel for 4 nights, 5 nights by myself. And so I asked Nora if she would go. And she was able to swing it, right? She talked to her boss, and Nora's job is such that she can effectively do her job from anywhere. And there are times when she, is needed to go into the office or go to the corporate office or go, back to Minnesota to the office up there or whatever. But in general, like she can do her stuff as long as she has a pretty decent internet. And her boss was like, "Yep, do what you need. If you need extra time, if you need something, let me know." And so, fantastic, great. Nora came with me, and kind of during that trip, I was still just miserable all the time, and but little by little, it started getting a little better. I got a little help from the medication, the Trintellix and Rexulti that I take, are relatively quicker acting, like as far as like starting to see some effect from them. So there was that. I had Nora with me. Nora was, she knew what was going on. Didn't have answers, but knew and was, kind of pushing me to, eat a little bit, still move my body around, do the things. So today, this was 2 weeks ago, maybe, that I think, I don't know, a week and a half, something. And now today, like a lot of that overwhelming feeling, terrible feelings, are kind of subdued, right? And everything is not as dire. But it still sucks. Still sucks. And yeah, I think clearly I deal with anxiety. I've talked about this. Clearly, I was having major anxiety issues, and I still am, but it's like I said, it's subdued, right? I mean, I have a doctor's appointment today to talk about chest pain, chest discomfort, because it was just like constant, and I've talked about on here. Like I've been to a cardiologist a couple times because my ticker is not like everybody else's ticker. We're not like the majority of tickers out there, I guess. So I want, like, I don't, everything is checked out with those things. So I don't, I run, I'm active, things like that. So I'm not necessarily concerned about my heart very much. But if I accept that I have an ongoing and maybe growing anxiety issue, not knowing if it is the anxiety and stuff that is causing like this chest discomfort, then not knowing specifically that it is that is only adding anxiety, which would feed on itself, kind of thing, right? So, but I can say, like, as the direness of life and these issues that have come a calling have diminished in weight, I guess we'll say. Like that kind of discomfort has gone away for the most part, right? So I think I'm pretty well on track with this, but I'm still going to the appointments and still want to talk to the doctor and get their opinion. And hey, should I go see the cardiologist again? Like, am I at a point where maybe I need to have like I don't know, how do they check on like the thickening of your arteries or stuff like that? Like I don't know. I don't know these things. I'm not smart like that. if I'm smart at all. So that's going. And I actually have some ideas on things I want to talk about for the show going forward. I kind of wonder if, um, like maybe if I can work it out, like if this could be like a companion to my therapy. So kind of do therapy and then maybe talk about it. Might be the way to go. And then or maybe just ideas that I have, and I'm having new ideas, and Tara is challenging me in different ways, and kind of getting through a little bit as to um, how, why, what might be happening, or ways to improve my self-image and things like that. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know. But I wanted to kind of get back with you all and see who's still out there. Things have changed, like I said, as far as like communicating with me. Like the Google Voice number is no longer a thing. That went away. Yeah, the Facebook went away. I think it went away. I don't even remember. The Instagram went away. Really, all I have now is the email, which may just stay that way, and that might be fine. We'll see. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. There's clearly a lot more journey of mine that you are all welcome to kind of observe, maybe be a part of, even if you like, if you prefer. But yeah, it's amazing how fast that all came back. And I never got to the point where I was specifically ideating about suicide. But it was just that, it was that initial, like, oh God, if I wasn't here, right? Like, if there were a way that I could not be here. And that was enough. That was enough to get me back, wanting to, feeling like I needed, and probably did need to get back on medication. Because I'm just ill-equipped to handle that. And really, I mean, with that trip to Michigan, there was just going to be a lot of free time on my hands. Maybe not free time, but alone time, let's say. And that proved to be bad news back in late 2014. And it certainly wasn't going to be that much time, but I don't know. So I think I made some good decisions there, and I'm very fortunate that I have Nora, and she affords me the opportunity to have access to some of these things that I so urgently needed and probably need still. And I get that I'm fortunate like that, and all the more reason to maybe start up the show again, because not everybody listening to this maybe has those options as readily available or even available, and maybe I can do my part to help a little bit, and you can listen to me. Maybe we can email each other, maybe whatever. But yeah, here I am. Here I am. So yeah, if you're out there, if you listen, and you want to just say, hey, I'm still listening, that would be great. With this new account plan options, whatever, I don't know what they're called. I don't see downloads. I don't see statistics right now. And so I don't know if anybody is going to listen to this at all. I won't even know if it's out there. I think I'm going to have to do some research to find out. So if you hear this, drop me a line. If you have a minute, if you could, please, I would appreciate it. Jamolki@gmail.com. That's JAMOALKI. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know. Let me know. And yeah, that's going to be it for now. I don't want to bore everybody early on. Just, hey, life has lifed, and I'm back. And maybe I should never have left. And hopefully you all can forgive me and maybe find it in yourselves to welcome me back. So anyway, thanks for listening, everybody. Be safe and be well.